It feels like overnight. The name Novo Nordisk is suddenly everywhere. For 100 years, this Danish company was pretty much a quiet giant, known mostly by doctors for its diabetes treatments. But wow, in just the last couple of years, they have absolutely exploded into the mainstream. And it all boils down to a new kind of drug that's completely rewriting the book on weight. So let's get into it. How did this happen? Because this story isn't just about a hot new product. It's a perfect storm of incredible science, massive scale, and a strategy that's turned an entire industry on its head. So how'd they pull it off? And maybe more importantly, what could possibly come next? All right, to really get what's going on, we have to start with the numbers. And believe me, the numbers are just staggering. Novo Nordisk isn't just having a good year. It's become one of the most valuable companies on the entire planet, all fueled by this tidal wave of demand. Okay, look at this. This one number right here tells so much of the story. A 41% jump in sales for their obesity drugs. That's not just growth. That's a phenomenon. It's the kind of number that forces everyone, investors, competitors, all of us, to sit up and really pay attention. But this didn't just happen by accident. This rocket ship of growth is being fueled by some truly game-changing science. Science that's taking on one of the biggest and honestly most ignored health crises in the world. See, for decades, there just weren't many good medical options for treating obesity. Novo Nordisk saw that massive gap in the market. And this slide right here, man, it just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got this global issue affecting almost 1 billion people. 1 billion! And on the other side, the reality was that less than 1% of them were getting any kind of modern medical help. It was this enormous, unmet need just sitting there, waiting for a breakthrough. Which brings us right to the heart of it all. What is this revolutionary tech that unlocked this massive market and is already changing so many lives? Well, the answer is something called a GLP-1 agonist. I know it sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is actually really elegant. These drugs basically copy a hormone that our own bodies make in our gut. It's called GLP-1, and it's a major player in telling our brain we're full and keeping our metabolism in check. So here's the magic. It works in 3 key ways. First, it sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, we're full down here, which dials down your appetite. Second, it slows down how fast your stomach empties, so you actually feel full for longer. And third, it helps out your pancreas with blood sugar control. It's this powerful 1-2-3 punch that really changes the body's entire energy equation. Okay, so we've got the science. Now let's follow the money and see how that translates into pure market power. Because the numbers here, they're just on another level. We are talking about a kind of dominance that very, very few companies ever get to see. And check this out. This isn't just an American thing. Not at all. We're seeing huge double-digit growth all over the world. 15% in the US, 16% everywhere else. This shows you just how universal the demand is. I mean, just look at this. In the very market they basically invented, Novo Nordisk has a stranglehold with 59% of the global share. That's not just market leadership, that's market domination. They're not just a player in the game, they pretty much own the stadium. And the market that they're leading? It's not just growing, it's absolutely detonating. The whole anti-obesity drug market has multiplied by more than 5 times in just a handful of years. It went from being this tiny niche to a colossal multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's still climbing. But behind all these billions of dollars are actual human beings, over 45 million people. That's how many are being treated with these drugs. To give you some scale, that's more than the entire population of Spain or Argentina. The human impact here is every bit as massive as the financial one. So when you've had this much success this quickly, the billion-dollar question becomes, can you keep it going? Because competition is coming, and it's coming fast. The only way to stay on top is to have the next big thing already waiting in the wings.
And if you look inside their labs, their strategy is crystal clear. They are not taking their foot off the gas for 1 second. They're pouring resources into developing the next wave of treatments, drugs designed to be even better, even more effective than the ones causing all the buzz right now.
First up, get this, a drug called cagrilintide. It's a combination treatment, and the late-stage trial results are just wild. We're talking an average weight loss of almost 23%. And maybe the most important part, it actually beat their current blockbuster, Wegovy, in a direct head-to-head comparison. That is a huge deal. And right behind that one, there's another one called amycretin.
This one works a little differently, targeting two hormones. The early data is even more mind-blowing. Over 24% weight loss in just 36 weeks. Oh, and here's the real kicker. They're working on making it a pill, not just a shot. That could be a total game changer for so many people. And they're not just building from within. They're also playing chess, not checkers, by buying up other promising companies like Metsera and Akero. It's a smart way to scoop up new ideas and make sure that their pipeline stays absolutely packed for the future. But as incredible as all of that sounds, it's not all smooth sailing from here on out. When you get this big, this fast, you attract a whole new set of challenges and pressures that you didn't have before. For one thing, everybody wants a piece of this pie now. The competition from other pharma giants is getting fierce. At the same time, growth in their core diabetes business here in the US is starting to level off. So they're being forced to transform the entire organization to adapt. And that transformation, well, it comes with some really tough decisions. To stay nimble and to fund all this new research, the company is cutting 9,000 jobs. It's a really stark reminder of just how intense the pressure is to stay on top of this market.
And don't just take my word for it. This is straight from the horse's mouth. In their own presentations, the company says this whole restructuring is a direct answer to new market realities. More competitors, a market that looks more like consumer tech, and slowing growth in other areas. So all of this leaves us with one final massive question. We've seen the science, we've seen the numbers, we've seen the strategy. These drugs, they have the power to fundamentally rewrite how our society deals with chronic diseases like obesity. But this is so much bigger than just one company. It brings up huge questions about health, about access, about what medicine is even for. The technology is here. The real question is, are we ready for everything that comes with it?